what's up everyone? It's Arizona personal injury attorney Kurt Fernandez with Big Child Law. The question watching after this video is, who is to blame regarding these trampoline accidents? Well, under Arizona law, liability for trampoline injuries depends on several factors, including where the injury occurred, who owns or operates the trampoline, and whether negligence or assumption of the risk applies. Here's a breakdown of the potential liable parties. First, let's talk about homeowner liability or premises liability. If the trampoline injury occurs on private property, the homeowner may be liable under premises liability laws. So it depends on what kind of person it is. If they're an invitee, a guest, or if they're a homeowner, they have a duty to ensure that the trampoline is safe and warn guests of known risks. Next, or if it's a licensee, a social visitor, the homeowner is not required to inspect for unknown dangers, but must warn of known hazards. Let's talk about trespassers. Generally, homeowners are not liable for trespassers unless the injured person was a child under the attractive nuisance doctrine. The attractive nuisance doctrine. If a child trespasses and gets injured on an unsecured trampoline, the homeowner may be liable for failing to take reasonable precautions such as, not having a fence or no locked gate. Now, let's look at the homeowner's defenses. So they can claim assumption of the risk. If the injured person knew the risk and voluntarily participated, then that's a defense. Waivers or verbal warnings. If guests were warned or signed a liability waiver, that's also a defense. Comparative negligence. If the person was behaving recklessly, their compensation may be reduced. For instance, like a lot of the videos here. The trampoline park liability, such as business liability. If the injury occurs at a trampoline park, the business may be liable under Arizona premises liability and negligence laws. Failure to maintain equipment. If the trampoline was defective or improperly maintained, or if there was inadequate supervision, if the facility failed to enforce safety rules, that could also affect them. Defective safety measures. So if padding, nets, or springs were faulty, the trampoline park could be held liable. Here are their defenses. The waivers. Most trampoline parks required signed waivers to limit liability, but these may not protect against gross negligence, or it may not protect another thing is assumption of the risk. Arizona recognizes that trampoline parks pose inherent risks. Trampoline manufacturer, let's talk about product liability. If the injury was caused by a defective trampoline, the manufacturer or retailer may be liable under Arizona product liability laws. So, manufacturing defects. So, flawed design, weak springs, or unsafe materials, they can be liable. Failure to warn, inadequate instructions, or missing safety warnings. So, in conclusion, homeowners, they are liable if they fail to secure or maintain the trampoline. The trampoline parks are liable for negligence, but waivers may limit their claims. Manufacturers, they may be liable for defective trampolines, and an injured person may share responsibility under comparative negligence.